Stretch out your hands. 1-8 represent the dream. Feeling free. 1-8, let's get it. I'm reaching out to the poor people, the sick and the alone. I'm reaching out to the fortunate who can build them homes.
I'm reaching out to the one who seems to have lost their way. And I'm calling on all the ones who can show them a brighter day.
I believe if you believe that we can achieve anything.
So lift your voice and give it everything.
Now let your heart see.
Africa to America, everywhere, come on, spread some love. Without faith and a little hope, I believe that we can heal the globe. It's time to open our eyes and see that all we need is you and me. Unity is like harmony, so let me see. Stretch your hands across.
Even fellow women in the hospital, the women soldiers, may use those women, they capture them and call soldiers. And they tell, force others to kiss their private parts. Imagine the soldiers being in the bush for 5 days and they say, please kiss me. Kiss my private part. How does it taste? How does it look like? How does it feel? Okay. That's up to where people are getting kids, 1.5 years old. What do you do? Some of them stand there waiting for sex. Okay? Okay, that's what it is. But they're looking for money. They end up in somebody's compound. The man locks the first gate, locks the second gate, locks the door. When he gets there, instead of having sex, the normal sex, they can use objects, bottles. Some use I understand animals like dogs and so on. So what I was saying, that sexual gender-based violence is actually there and it's real. These days, I'm also worried if I see 2 men in a room. One of them may be a golola, energy, and then the other is okay? And then the golola may turn in the night. Yes, just in Usoga, the economic is very, very there. Now, selling time, you carry. You carry. Push the bicycle. Hey, mommy, how much is this? What is the next thing? Mona, I think you go and prepare. Maybe 3 a.m. The guy comes, staggering, and then the pockets are even out with everything out. If you are very lucky, he may have come with the second wife. Join you. And then says, now you, my first wife, out of the bedroom, this is the one. Yes, just like that. You can stay at home to look after children. You can't work. Why will you work? May have everything. The woman has one gomesi and one half shoot or something. But yes. My wife, you want to shame me? How about you work in the market? What are we saying? There is also that economic what? Economic violence. A woman buys a plot of land, or you buy it with her, you sell it off without informing her in court. I'm sorry for those the Muslim faith, but I was one of the buyers. Or steals it and puts it in a box and then this water, they stole our pig. Okay? So we need to think about those kind of things that happen in our community and we need to get out of them. It's negative. Not all culture is negative. Some aspects of culture, some practices of culture are bad. And I'll tell you the religious leaders that what happened, the new religion, the religions we have now, and what was there before. Something like maybe drinking or eating. Do we have Holy Communion?
Yes.
Yeah? Do we have somebody go between God and us? Those are the priests. The negative things. What are the negative practices, for example? One of them. Anybody? You're not sure now that you're from Lucy. All of you from Lucy are only two. Who the third one? you can say don't follow something is there what we call cleansing in Islam. If a man loses his wife, is there something like to the dead? It means, let me explain this. It means, as a man, because the wife is dead, the man must sleep with the body. Died going for sex with the body. I know it happens in Uganda. That's why I was asking for Musi. Let's confirm so that we know that we're talking about things which are happening. We're talking about things which are very far away. You are saying yes, it happens. So you must have a moment, mourners out there, then say, now mourners, just a moment. Then you go in, do whatever happens in front of us. If you don't do, the spirit of the woman will torture you until you die. It happens in many parts of Africa. The lake shores, it happens, you go to Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, those people do it. If you go a little bit to Taleja, you go to Samia, those things happen. Very many. But I give you the percentage, I say only 11% of the men really face, for example, physical violence. It's more than the women are the ones who are suffering most. It's about power relations, I say. Clan leaders are men. But unfortunately, they don't even know that it's the women who guide them. You know that? If you go to the one chairman and he has to make a decision, it's the wife behind here who makes the decision. I don't know whether you know that. Because they say, oh, boy, this one is always fighting. I think we just take him to prison. So they say, you go, you think they're going to be reconciled, you see police taking you one day. What happened? The wife has made the decision. For me, you know that family leaders, though they are the ones up there, they usually consult even the aunties and so on and so forth to make the decisions. But what I'm saying in this case is that it's about power relations and abuse of power. And more men than women occupy positions of power. They're the clan leaders, they're the head of family, they're the bosses. How many, if you look at the chief, how many women are bosses? Topmost. It's usually men. Men are not the most perpetrators, and I think we believe that. Both boys are perpetrators, men are perpetrators more than the girls. But know that there are some women who have gone out and have become many more serious perpetrators. All right.
Pastor Samuel.
Okay.
Right. Bring the invitations. Bring the
Try second.
Yeah, yes, it's second.
I think so.
Yeah, second.
Second sermon.
Yeah.
Because it starts straight away with whatever.
Second.
Second sermon, 13:1.
Yes. David's son Absalom had a beautiful unmarried sister named Tamar. Ammon, another of David's sons, fell in love with her. He was so much in love with her that he became ill because it seemed impossible for him to have her. As a virgin, he was kept from meeting men. But he had a friend, a very shrewd man named Jonadab, the son of David's brother Shammah. Jonadab said to Amnon, "You are the king's son. Yet day after day I see you looking sad. What is the matter?" "I'm in love with Tamar, the sister of my half-brother Absalom," he answered. Jonadab said to him, "Pretend that you are ill and go to bed. When your father comes to see you, say to him, 'Please ask my sister Tamar to come and feed me. I want her to prepare the food here where I can see her, and then serve it to me herself.' So Amnon pretended that he was ill and went to bed. King David went to see him, and Amnon said to him, 'Please let Tamar come and make a few cakes here where I can see her, and then serve them to me herself.' So David sent word to Tamar in the palace, 'Go to Amnon's house and prepare some food for him.' She went there and found him in bed. She took some calf, prepared it, and made some cakes there where he could see her. Then she baked the cakes and emptied them out of the pan for him to eat. But he wouldn't. He said, 'Send everyone away.' And they all left. Then he said to her, bring the cakes here to my gate and serve them to me yourself. She took the cakes and went over to him. As she offered them to him, he grabbed her and said, come to bed with me. No, she said, don't force me to such a degrading thing. That is awful. How could I ever hold up my head in public again? And you would be completely disgraced in Israel. Please speak to the king, and I'm sure he will give me to you. But he would not listen to her. And since he was stronger than she was, he overpowered her and raped her. Then Amnon was filled with deep hatred for her. He hated her now even more than he had loved her before. He said to her, go out. No, she answered. To send me away like this is a greater crime than what you just did. But Amnon would not listen to her. He called in his personal servant and said, get this woman out of my sight. Throw her out and lock the door. The servant put her out and locked the door. Tamar was wearing a long robe with full sleeves, the usual clothing for unmarried princesses in those days. She sprinkled ashes on her head, tore her robe, and with her face buried in her hands, went out crying. When her brother Absalom saw her, he asked him, has Amnon molested you? Please, sister, don't let it upset you so much. He's your half-brother, so don't tell anyone about it. So Tamar lived in Absalom's house, sad and lonely. When King David heard what had happened, he was furious, and Absalom hated Amnon so much for having raped his sister Tamar that he would no longer even speak to him. At Baal-Hazar, near the town of Ephraim, and he invited all the king's sons to be there. He went to King David and said, Your Majesty, I'm having my sheep sheared. Will you and your officials come and take part in the festivities? No, my son, the king answered. It will be too much trouble for you if we all went. Absalom insisted, but the king would not give in, and he asked Absalom to leave. But Absalom said, well then, will you at least let my brother Amnon come? Why should he? The king asked him. But Absalom kept on insisting until David finally let Amnon and all his other sons go with Absalom. Absalom prepared a banquet fit for a king and instructed his servants. Notice when Amnon has had too much to drink, and then when I give the order, kill him. Don't be afraid. I'll take the responsibility myself. Be brave and don't hesitate. So the servants followed Absalom's instructions and killed Amnon. All the rest of David's sons mounted their mules and fled. While they were on their way home, David was told, Absalom has killed all your sons, not one of them is left. The king stood up, tore his clothes in sorrow, and threw himself to the ground. The servants who were there with him tore their clothes also. But Jonadab, the son of David's brother Shammah, said,
Now, I think why went that far? First of all, I wanted to see that as an example, right? An example of something that happened during those days. He's in the Bible. He's about giving an example, and he used the Bible.